Hey, Knicks Nation, how you doing? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing? Me, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? My New York Knicks went out there and, before we get this whole thing started, let's go and take care of the basics. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share, like, and comment, right? Hit that notification button. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get this thing up and running. You know what I mean? So, with all that being said, all right, let's get back to it. So the New York Knicks, we went out there and we went and defeated the Atlanta Hawks 108-105. And I'll be honest with you, it was a real good nail biter. It really was. But I was happy for a number of reasons. The number one reason is I saw the defense pick up. The defense picked up big time, right? You felt that playoff intensity. You felt that playoff physicality, or at least I should say, I felt that playoff intensity, that playoff defense, that playoff physicality, right? And I'm happy to see it. For the fact the referees are seeming to start letting these guys play more physical, which is exactly what the Knicks want to do. This will be an even better situation moving forward. We went against Atlanta and we did what we needed to do. We got the win. And I truly believe, the reason why the New York Knicks were successful in winning the game, because it was a competitive game throughout. But it was competitive because the idea was both teams were playing some really solid defense, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel that way, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We can have a convo. It's all good, right? But in my opinion, the New York Knicks played some really good defense. I've been talking about the lack of energy in the last few episodes, right? That the Knicks have been missing out on some energy. And they have brought it back and they have found it. And I think I know where they found that energy. That energy would be Deuce McBride and Landry Shamet. Those two guys brought that energy, that defensive toughness, tenacity, that in-your-face gritty, I'm gonna defend you the whole court wide, it's on, right? They brought that energy. And you put that in there with a Mitchell Robinson, who I know his numbers don't sound really intriguing. 8 points, 12 rebounds. But the thing was, man, Mitchell Robinson was out there. He was on a whole nother freaking level. He was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? He was putting in work for real. This man was diving on the floor. He got some steals. He got blocks. He was everywhere during the course of this game. You know what I'm saying? That man was omnipresent. You know what I'm saying? And you felt him the entire game. Atlanta felt him the entire game. And it was wonderful to see. You know, Brunson still did his thing. He got 30 points, 13 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. And to be fair, he probably should have had more assists because there were a lot of assists that he had a lot of passes that people just weren't knocking down shots. And the Knicks still won, you know what I'm saying? Or he just wasn't able to get those assist numbers, but he definitely could have had much higher than 6 assists. He was really spreading the wealth personally. He was really doing his thing. OG Anunoby solid, 22 points, 5 rebounds, playing really good defense. He should be Defensive Player of the Year in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? At least first team all defense, in my opinion. That OG Anunoby is that dude. So yeah, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, 15 points, and can't really ask much more of that. You know what I'm saying? They were spreading the wealth, getting everybody involved. And I think that's going to be the whole strategy moving forward. Is you're going to see more Shamet, you're going to see more Deuce McBride, is like I said, and what I expect. And you still will have sightings of Diawara. You're still going to have sightings, you know what I'm saying, of Jeremy Sohan. You're gonna get all these different players that they're gonna have their moments, even Alvarado. But the idea is the playoff rotations. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty much set. Deuce McBride, Shamet, Mitchell Robinson. You can definitely count on those guys being in the second unit and getting their burn on. Everybody else, essentially, is situational. But it's a good situation to be in, let me tell you right now. So the New York Knicks, they're coming along defensively. The offense still it needs some fine tuning, maybe some type of just something to make things move a little smoother, at least with the starting unit. They seem to kind of be off kilter at times. It's not a smooth transition, but that's something I expect Mike Brown to work on. That's something I expect the Knicks just to work out on the court during the course of the playoffs. We still got a few more games to go before the playoffs actually start, so I wouldn't be surprised if they still try to work things out, iron out some of the details. But I'm not really concerned. I really am not, because our team has that ability to be that juggernaut defensive squad, and you know what I'm saying, we've seen it already. The NBA is going to find out real soon. Whoever we are going against, I don't care what seed we're in, third, fourth, it don't matter. We coming. And I'm going to be feeling it, and y'all going to be feeling it, and the NBA is going to be feeling it. So we're going to see what's going on. As I said, we got just a few more games. We got Boston up. We got a good number of teams. But I'm telling you now, the New York Knicks, we're gonna be taking our defense to a whole nother level. And the idea is, what I love the most about it, we're healthy. Our entire squad is healthy. I can't ask any better than that. So I'm expecting wins. I'm expecting us to still try to fight to see if we can get to the second seed, but I'm not losing my mind if they don't. I hope that makes sense. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up on this note that the New York Knicks, we're going to do our thing. We're going to do damage. I expect us to try to go out there and get like 25 to 30 assists a game, right? I'm expecting our defense to continue to ratchet up and make people's lives very miserable on the opposition, right? So, again, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, share, comment, all right? We'll talk a little later. Let's get it.